Hello students, welcome to a new series that we're having here at the photo department. It is Techie Talk with myself, Jared, and
I'm Aaron. Hi.
So today we'll be talking about the B10's specs, what comes in the kits, and then we'll do some close-ups and see how to operate the camera. And yeah, so let's get started. So here's the B10, nice little itty bitty thing. And Aaron, what does the B10, power-wise have?
Okay, so each B10 head has a maximum output. Their maximum power is 250 watts. And so it's kind of a lightweight, but still very powerful strobe head for location lighting.
What else does it, continuous light, what's modeling light?
Some cool features of the B10 is the LED modeling lamp. And so it's a continuous light, like a modeling lamp, but it's LED, so it takes up very little power. And a cool feature of the LED version is that it is variable color temperature, so you can warm it up or cool it down and match other lights or use it as a continuous light for some motion work. Like I said before, it's a battery-powered light, and so it has the battery mounted on it. Unlike the B2s that had a cord and a power pack, it has the battery on the head, so it's all very compact and small in a footprint sort of way. The head itself detaches from the stand, and so the head weighs 2.8 pounds without, if you're just mounting it on a tripod mount. And if you're mounting it on a light stand, it weighs 3.6 pounds. So it's very compact, but still powerful, like I said. So.
And again, the 3 pounds is included with the battery. So
yeah, that's everything included. So.
All right, so we'll go over now the sync and all that stuff and all the other stuff. So of course, with all pro photo gear, this B10 accepts all the pro photo modifiers from the Zoom 2 reflectors all the way to the new OCF stuff. So you don't have to worry about modifiers. Everything works with this guy. Another notion is that it uses the air remote system, it has the high-speed sync, and it has the TTL mode. One cool fact about the B10s and the air remote is that the high-speed sync is already automatically set, so you don't have to fiddle with the light and the remote to set the high-speed sync. So it's already set once you start shooting. So you can get on set, put your air remote on top of your camera, and you can shoot at any shutter speed you want, from 30th of a second all the way to 8,000ths of a second. And that brings back one con of this light, is that there is no sync port. So you can't use your Pocket Wizards or your Velos or any other external link. You have to use ProPhoto's Air TTL remote, which is kind of unfortunate because say your Air TTL remote breaks down in the field or on set, what do? There's no backup system to that. So that's the one big con for this light, but there is more pros than cons to this light, so yeah. So Aaron, why don't you talk about the cool freeze mode on the B10s?
Well, so Jared mentioned the high-speed sync and being able to sync at any shutter speed, and it's really convenient that it's automatic with the Air TTL. So that allows you to shoot above your sync speed, and that allows you to shoot outside, overpower the sun, etc. But another feature, kind of in the opposite direction, is the freeze mode, and there's literally just a button menu setting where you hit it and it goes into freeze mode, and it optimizes the flash duration to lower the power or lower the flash duration, so you can get the quickest possible flash duration at that power, and it will allow you to freeze motion to get you cool shots like dresses twirling on a model or freezing liquid in motion, like those cool drink shots and whatnot. So the freeze mode is really cool, and we've got some test shots that we can show you in this video of what we did last week with that. And so that's another positive pro for this sweet little light.
Yeah. And the photo you'll see is funny enough Aaron's hand. So
yeah.
yeah. So we're going to go over what comes in the kits. So Aaron, as I talk about the kit, why don't you just pull out the items? So we have 2 kits at the EQR. The first kit is our basic kit. It comes with both heads, so one head and then another head right there.
They fold up pretty compactly like a lot of heads. The stand adapter flips down so that it kind of is compact.
Also, it comes with a nice rubber cap so you can protect your light when you're not using it. And then it also comes with, I think, 2 chargers, correct?
2 chargers, and they're really kind of neat looking chargers. They look like nunchucks. They're not, but they do look like nunchucks. And they have attached Velcro, so they kind of fold up pretty nicely and fit in this bag. But they have 2, one for each head, so you can charge each battery at the same time.
Yeah. Other note too is that this is not a battery bank. I thought it was a battery bank at first when I first saw it because it kind of looks like one, but it's not. Also, one cool other notion with the charger is that the Velcro is already attached, so you don't have to worry of losing this guy. Also, on another note, you can use this while plugged in. You can use the light while it's plugged into the power source. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it essentially is a battery-powered light that, if you're inside or somewhere close to power, can become a studio light. So the battery is not a limiting factor if you're close to power. Although the battery is pretty powerful. 400 full power flashes on the battery if it's not plugged in. If it's plugged in, it's continuous power. So that's really cool. So Jared mentioned that we have 2 kits, and they're slightly different, although the first kit has 2 heads, 2 batteries, and 2 chargers, right? But the second kit we've got also...
Well, we call it the Super Twin Kit, like everything else.
Super Twin Kit, meaning it has 2 heads, but it also has... Profoto has a line of smaller modifiers, and these are called OCF modifiers, if you're not familiar. They just are more lightweight and compact as opposed to like the big soft boxes and things like that. Big snoots that you see on Profoto studio strobes are big and metal and heavy. This is smaller, you can see that. This is a snoot that comes in the second kit, and it also has a grid set. It has an adapter for the front of the head, and it has 3 grids, a 10, a 20, and a 30-degree grid, so you can attach those to it. And they all kind of work in conjunction. So they just snap on, and they're really convenient, especially since they fit in the bag, and so you don't have all these other parts, heavy metal parts floating around, so they're really pretty cool.
Also, one cool thing about the grids is that at the EQR we also have a OCF color gel attachment. So you could attach the grid and the color gels on the same adapter, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is probably the cooler kit. The Super Twin comes with a bit fancy stuff. Also note that since you're required to have an Air TTL remote for the B10s, each kit does come with an air remote, so you don't have to be worried about checking out one of the air remotes. It already comes with the kit, so it's all set to go. This kit basically is near ready to go, and you start shooting. So
all you need is a camera and a model.
Yep. So other cool facts about the B10s. It has a Bluetooth. It does have Bluetooth in it. It has an app for the iPhone. Unfortunately, no app for the Android right now, only for iPhones. Again, we're entering that ecosystem style thing. So and we'll go over the app, and we'll show you a little cool features. You could use the app also to take pictures with the B10s if you just wanted to use your camera phone. I don't know why you would want to. You are a professional photographer, so why don't you use a dedicated DSLR? But that's one cool note about that. And Aaron, what do you need to? What is required to check this guy out?
Well, because this is the school, we do have requirements for classes. This is an upper level lighting kit. It's an L2 lighting kit, so you need to complete our registration requirements first. So you'll need the insurance requirements or insurance liability coverage requirements. But then also you have to have been in the past or taking now advanced location lighting to be able to rent this to check out this B10 kit. So
And then for insurance-wise, what level do they need for the
it's
insurance?
the third option. It is the 50,000 level insurance, which is what covers the L2 lighting level classes. And so 50,000 coverage is what you need for this.
So we're going to do some close-ups of the B10. We're going to show you how to we're going to show you how to operate the back and how to get through the menu, because it's much more simpler than the B1's, less combination button pressing. So we'll do a close-up and Aaron will go over the close-up stuff.
Okay, so this is the back of the B10 head. We just wanted to do a close-up to show you some menu options and how to operate the light. Right now it's turned off, and like most ProPhoto lights, the button on the right, the white button, is the test button and the power button. And so we'll just hit it, hold it, and it'll turn on. Okay, so you'll see the menu popped up, which means the light is on. The big number in the middle is the output power. Right now it's set to 1. That's just 1 out of 10. So it's 10th power. You operate the light, the output power, by hitting the middle button and scrolling. So you kind of hear it click, and that will turn the light up or down in 10th stop increments. If you want to drastically change the light output, you can click and hold and then turn, and it will go in full stops. So now it's at full power out of 10. And then I'll go back down to like maybe 2 and hit the test button, and that just pops the light off to ensure that it's working. So that's how you adjust the power. Like we said before, this light head has a continuous LED modeling lamp, and that's operated with this button on the left. So you'll click and hold, or click and it will come on, and you'll see 2 sliders, and you operate both of those with this button. The top slider is just the output power, and if you're in free mode for the modeling lamp, it will go up and down. If you're in proportional, this will actually be inactivated because it's set to the output power. But right now it's set to free mode, so you can turn the modeling lamp up and down. If you click and turn, you can change the temperature, and if you can see in the background, it's warming up to the left and then cooling to the right. And I think that's pretty cool for using this continuous light. Even though it's a strobe, you can use this for motion for video. So, okay, so that's the modeling lamp, and you can turn it off by hitting that button again. So we'll just hit the middle button, and it goes into the menu. It's a pretty simple menu. The first selection is for the first 2 entries are for the Air TTL, and that's how you set the receiver side of it. So you'll match what's on your camera to this. Right now it's set to group A, and you can go in and go to A through F, and then channel 1, and you can go in and go through channel 1 to channel 20. And you always scroll back up to this arrow to go back. The next is actually whether the Air TTL is on or off. And once you hit it off, the channels and the group at the top go off. So you'll leave it on. Bluetooth is if you want to use the app on or off, discoverable or not. So Bluetooth is on. Slave is if you just want to use this as a secondary light, and it'll pop off when another flash goes off. And that's currently turned off, but you just go in and turn it on. Flash mode is what we were talking about before, just normal flash mode or freeze mode. So if you go to freeze and go up, it will show an indicator that it's in freeze mode, and that just optimizes the flash duration for the lowest power and the fastest flash duration. So that'll help you freeze motion. So we'll go back and we'll turn the flash mode to normal. Continuous light, this is where you control the modeling lamp, whether it's free, meaning you can adjust it freely from the output, or if it's proportional, and that matches it to the output. So if I'm in proportional, I'll go back and turn the modeling lamp on, and when I adjust the power, the modeling lamp turns up or down, adjusting to match the output power. So turn the modeling lamp back off. And I'm pretty sure that's everything that you really need to know about how to operate the main menu. There's some advanced options, and that is just kind of some administrative, I guess, things. So like the about, it'll tell you what firmware you're using, and the factory reset. And you probably won't go into this menu at all. So that's the advanced menu. But now that's just the close-up of the menu and some operation of the light. And so we'll go back to the full video and tell you more about the light.
Hey students, so here is the Pro Photo app. It is only available on iPhones. Unfortunately for you Android users, you guys are out of luck. So here's the interface for the Pro Photo app when you have a Pro Photo Strobe, aka our B10s here connected. To connect a B10 to the app, you just go to the top right corner, hit the plus sign where it says connect device, and you'll select the B10, and it'll just auto connect. Make sure the Bluetooth is on both your strobe and your B10. And once you're connected, it's pretty simple, and you just exit out of that. So here we have the interface to control the strobe head. So here you have the flash power adjustment, pretty simple, clean interface. You have the color temperature here. You can adjust the color temperature of this continuous light or the modeling light, and you can turn on and off the modeling light. And here you can adjust the power. Here you can also see the channel, and you can see the battery indicator there. And also there is a switch next to the name. This is where you could turn on and off the B10, or not completely turn it off, but put it in standby mode. This will allow you to see what light's doing what. And then if you're just not shooting right at the moment, you can just put everything on standby. Right here, this gear logo, this goes into the settings of the B10. So you can see the device name, you can see the if the air is on and off. This is where you can also change the groups, the air channel, and then if you want to use a optical trigger, aka a speed light or something, you can turn on the IR slave, aka slave mode. You got the flash mode if you want to go in the freeze mode for flash duration stuff, and then continuous light where you can change it between proportional or free. Proportional means that the modeling light adjusts to the power set on the flash power. Then we have the advanced mode here. Here you can set all the little nuance customs here. So ready signal, you can adjust the sound when the light is ready, it'll beep off a sound. Control sounds, warning sounds, display brightness on the back of the head. Since we're using the app, you should just keep this in auto. And then you have the standby mode. So basically, if you're not using the light, it'll go into a standby mode after a certain time you set. And then we have the auto shut off mode. So basically, after no activity is happening after a certain time, it'll shut off itself to save its battery. Then we got the serial number, and then the firmware version, and then where you can also update the head. So let's go back to the main side. So that's basically it for the interface of this guy. As I mentioned, also you could use the B10s with your camera app. So in the Pro Photo app, it has a dedicated camera section. So you can see it right above the remote. You just select it. So here we have the camera app. If I go and I can take a picture right now with the light, and it will fire off the strobe. So do a test here. Boom. And you can see the strobe did go off. It's faintly, you can see it here, faintly. And yeah, so that is basically all the Pro Photo camera capabilities. You can, when you check out the B10s, you can try it out with your phone and mess with these settings here at the bottom. And then here's like how you can adjust the power. Just a reminder, it is kind of automatic. It's not fully, I would say, manual. You can put it into a manual mode, but yeah, there's no really manual mode on this. You got self timer and all that jazz. So yeah, you can also do selfies if you wanted to do selfies, but I don't know why you would want to do selfies. So yeah. So basically that's everything. You can go to your library to view your imagery, C1 tutorials. That's for another different light that we don't have at the EQR. And then the Academy, where you could see some tutorials on the B10s. So that's the entire app. Again, this is a pretty cool addition to the B10s. Basically lets you control the light from any position, so you don't have to bring down the lights from the stands. All you really need to do is have your assistant or yourself just move the light around, and then you can adjust the power and adjust the modern light, turning on and off. It's pretty cool. I love it, the system a lot. So yeah, that is the ProPhoto app. I hope you guys can try it out. Yep.
All right, thanks for joining us today. If you do want to check out this light from the equipment room, we're going to put up a slide with our contact information. If you have registered, it's just normal, just reserve it. If you haven't, contact us at the phone number or the email address that's displayed.
Yep.
Thank you.